Number. Title: How to Embrace Cultural Differences While Traveling. Asterisk. Intro. Asterisk. So, you've spent months, maybe even years planning the perfect trip. You've scrolled through a million photos, you've booked the flights, the hotels, and you have a color-coded list of must-see sites. But then you get there, and a weird, uncomfortable feeling starts to creep in. You just feel out of place. Suddenly, you're less of the confident world traveler you imagined, and more of a stressed-out, bumbling tourist. You're hesitant to try the food, you're fumbling through basic conversations, and a tiny voice in your head keeps whispering, asterisk. Am I accidentally offending someone? Asterisk. You start wondering if you're even traveling times anymore, or just staring at a new place from behind an invisible wall. What if I told you there's a better way? A way to go from that stressed-out tourist to a savvy, respectful traveler who actually connects times with the places they visit. In this video, I'm going to share the practical tips for food, language, and etiquette that will change not just how you travel, but how you see the world. Asterisk. Section 1. The Mindset Shift. From Tourist to Traveler. Asterisk. Before we get into the how-tos, let's talk about the most important piece of travel gear you own, your mindset. The difference between a tourist and a traveler isn't about your passport stamp count. It's about your approach. Tourism can often feel like you're just there to consume, a place, tick a few boxes, get the perfect shot for Instagram, and move on. It's a transaction. But real travel, the kind that sticks with you for life, is all about connection, immersion, and a little bit of personal growth. It starts with a conscious decision to decenter yourself. Your vacation is happening in a place where people live their actual lives. They work, raise families, and go to the grocery store. It's not a theme park built for your entertainment. Getting this perspective is the first step. It shifts your goal from just seeing to understanding. Instead of asking, what can this place do for me? You start asking, what can I learn from this place? That curiosity, mixed with a healthy dose of humility, is your real passport to another culture. The truth is, when you travel with a closed-off mindset, you're the one who misses out. You miss the random chat with a shopkeeper that leads to the best meal of your life. You miss sharing a laugh with a local who thinks your clumsy attempt at their language is charming. You miss that incredible feeling of connection when you finally understand why time's a tradition is so important to a community. This isn't just about being polite. It's about unlocking a richer, more authentic way to travel. It's the difference between collecting postcards and collecting experiences that change how you see everything. It's about transforming generic Gary, who sees the world through a camera lens, into genuino Gerardo, who engages with all their senses. That's where the magic is. Asterisk. Section 2. The first pillar. Master your pre-trip preparation. Asterisk. Confidence in a foreign culture doesn't just magically appear when you land. It's built on a solid foundation of prep work. Just a couple of hours of research before you go can slash your travel anxiety and stop you from making a major cultural blunder. This isn't about making a rigid, minute-by-minute schedule. It's about building awareness so you can move through your destination with respect and ease. First up, and this is a big one, do a little digging into local customs and social norms. Every culture has its own unwritten rules. Start with greetings. Is a handshake firm or gentle? Is it a bow, a nod, or 2 kisses on the cheek? Nailing the greeting sets a positive tone right away. At the same time, get familiar with the local laws. Something minor back home, like wearing camouflage clothing, could actually be illegal in some countries. An essential area of research is the dress code. This isn't about ditching your personal style. It's about showing respect. In many places, especially when visiting religious sites, Dressing modestly is the norm, which might just mean keeping your shoulders and knees covered. Remember that casual can mean very different things around the world. Keeping your beachwear at the beach shows respect for residents who are just living their daily lives. Dressing with a little more intention signals that you're a visitor who cares. You should also look into social taboos, the words, actions, or topics that are considered offensive. For example, in many Buddhist cultures, the head is sacred, so you should never touch someone's head. The feet, on the other hand, are considered unclean, so you should avoid pointing them at people or religious statues. In some cultures, the left hand is reserved for hygiene, so you wouldn't use it to eat or hand things to people. Even a simple okay hand gesture can be vulgar in places like Brazil. Finally, get a feel for the general rhythm of life. Research meal times. In a country like Spain, dinner might not even start until 9 or 10 p.m. Learn about tipping customs. In some places, like Japan, tipping isn't just unexpected, it can be considered rude or insulting, as great service is the standard, not something that requires an extra reward. Understanding these details helps you sync up with the local pace, making everything smoother. When in doubt, just observe. Watch what the locals are doing and follow their lead. This prep work is your best tool for building bridges from the moment you arrive. Asterisk. Section 3. The second pillar. The language of connection. Asterisk. Few things break down barriers faster than attempting to speak the local language. You don't need to be fluent, not even close. The goal isn't perfection, it's connection. Learning and using just a few key phrases shows respect and genuine interest, and locals almost always appreciate the effort. Start with the essentials, your survival phrases. Focus on greetings for different times of day. Good morning, good evening, and the magic words, please, thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry. These simple courtesies can turn a cold transaction into a warm, human moment. From there, learn phrases that are practical for travel. Where is the bathroom? How much does this cost? And the ever-useful, do you speak English? And look, we've got a million tools to help us out. Language apps can get you practicing 15 minutes a day in the weeks before your trip. YouTube has crash courses for nearly any language, and a good old-fashioned phrasebook still works wonders. Practice saying the phrases out loud. Don't worry about sounding perfect. Your effort is what truly counts. Beyond words, watch for nonverbal cues. In some cultures, direct eye contact is a sign of honesty, while in others, it can feel aggressive. Be aware of personal space, as the comfortable distance between people varies wildly. Notice how people act in public. Are they loud and expressive, or more quiet and reserved? Matching the local volume on a train or in a cafe is a subtle but powerful way of showing you're in tune with your surroundings. When you do talk to someone, approach them with a smile and be patient. If you get stuck, it's fine to politely apologize for your shaky skills and ask if they speak English. Most people will be happy to help. Using the local language, even just a little, shows that you see their culture as something to be valued, not an obstacle to be solved with a translation app. It shows you're a guest, not a conqueror, and that can change everything. Asterisk. Section 4. The third pillar. Speaking through food. Asterisk. Food is a universal language, and it's one of the most delicious ways to connect with a new culture. It's a gateway to a place's history, agriculture, and daily life. But navigating food abroad is about more than just being an adventurous eater. It's also about understanding the etiquette that surrounds it. First, be open to trying local dishes. Step out of your comfort zone. One of the best ways to do this is by hitting up local markets and trying street food. Just look for the stalls with long lines of locals. That's almost always where the best, most authentic food is hiding. When you support locally owned restaurants and food stalls, your money goes directly into the community. Just as important as times what times you eat is times how times you eat it. Dining etiquette is wildly different across the globe. Before you go, do a quick search on table manners. For example, in many Asian countries, never stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. It resembles a ritual performed at funerals. In Thailand, it's common to use your fork only to push food onto your spoon, which you then eat from. In India and parts of the Middle East, it's customary to eat only with your right hand, as the left is considered unclean. In Japan, slurping your noodles is a compliment to the chef, showing you're enjoying them. But in many Western cultures, that would get you some strange looks. In many places, you should wait for the host or the eldest person to start eating before you dig in. Also, try to understand communal dining. In some cultures, like in Spain or Morocco, dishes are meant to be shared by everyone. In Japan, it's polite to pour drinks for others, but not for yourself. Someone else will pour for you as a sign of mutual care. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're not sure what's in a dish, just ask. Learning a few food-related phrases, like, "What do you recommend?" can be a huge help. You can also just watch the people around you and copy what they do. It shows you're willing to adapt and respect their ways. Approaching food with curiosity and respect doesn't just fill your stomach. It invites you into a daily ritual at the very heart of the culture you're visiting. Asterisk, asterisk. Section 5. Grace under pressure. Navigating social norms and mistakes. Asterisk, asterisk. No matter how much you prepare, you're going to find yourself in an awkward situation. You might even make a mistake. And that's totally okay. How you handle those moments is what really defines you as a respectful traveler. The trick is to navigate them with humility, patience, and a good sense of humor. When you're out and about, just be aware of your surroundings. Tourists often cluster in big crowds, blocking sidewalks and making it tough for locals just trying to get to work. Be mindful of your physical presence. Don't just stop in the middle of a busy street to take a photo step to the side. It's a small courtesy that goes a long way. If you're invited into someone's home, that's a huge sign of trust. Always follow your host's lead. If you see a line of shoes by the door, take yours off. Bringing a small gift for the host is customary in some cultures, but not expected in others. A little research can clear that up. So, what happens when you inevitably mess up? You use the wrong hand to give someone money, forget to take your shoes off, or say something that comes out all wrong. Don't panic. Your reaction is what matters. A sincere, immediate apology, maybe with a hand over your heart and a humble smile, is almost always understood and accepted. People can tell when a mistake is unintentional. Don't get defensive. Just acknowledge it, apologize, and learn from it. And remember, culture shock is real. You might feel overwhelmed or even frustrated by all the differences. Be patient with yourself. Find a quiet cafe to just sit and observe. Write in a journal to process your feelings, or just take a minute to breathe. By approaching every interaction with an open mind and handling mistakes with grace, you're showing the highest form of respect. Asterisk, asterisk, CTA, asterisk, asterisk. This is all about more than just avoiding offense. It's about opening yourself up to deeper, more meaningful connections when you travel. It's about building bridges, not walls. What's the most valid bows?